Hi guys, welcome to Shields Cooking. Today is a new episode of the Friandise special and we're going to work with chocolate. Because today we're going to make a beautiful, shiny, 3-layered chocolate bonbon. The first layer is going to be a jasmine tea syrup, the second one a hazelnut praline ganache, and the final layer is a white chocolate cookie crispy. All great recipes. So, let's begin. First, the jasmine tea syrup. For that, mix 3 grams of tea leaves with 300 grams of water that's 80 degrees Celsius and let it sit for 4 minutes. Then weigh 200 grams of the tea in a saucepan. Now pour 10 grams of sugar in a bowl and mix it with 6 grams of pectin powder. After that, bring the tea to a boil, and once it's boiling, while stirring, add the pectin mixture. Then also slowly add 75 grams of sugar and heat this up till the syrup is 106 degrees Celsius. Then pour it in a bowl and let it cool down in your fridge. Now for the praline ganache. First toast 100 grams of hazelnuts at 106 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, mix 100 grams of sugar with 40 grams of water and caramelize this on a medium heat. Once the caramel is golden, add the hazelnuts and while stirring, caramelize it for a couple more minutes till the caramel is golden brown. Then pour it on the silicone sheet and let it cool down completely. After that, break it into smaller pieces and transfer it into a blender. Now cut a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add the seeds to the hazelnuts and then blend it till you have a smooth praline. This is going to take a couple of minutes. Once it's smooth, add 200 grams of cream and 200 grams of white chocolate. Then finally add 3 grams of flaky salt and directly stop mixing after. Now you can pour it in a bowl and then transfer it into a piping bag. Keep it out of the fridge for later. Now for the cookie crisp. Transfer 100 grams of hazelnuts into a blender and also add 80 grams of flour, 2 grams of flaky salt, 40 grams of white chocolate and 100 grams of sugar. Now blend this till it's a fine powder. After that, add 100 grams of butter and mix it till it's a nice dough. Then transfer it onto a silicone sheet and spread it. After that, bake it at 160 degrees Celsius for around 25 minutes till golden. Stir it every 5 minutes with a whisk. Then let it cool down. Meanwhile, pour 100 grams of white chocolate in a bowl and melt it. Now add 80 grams of the crumble and mix it well. Then transfer it onto a silicone sheet, put another sheet on top and spread it using a rolling pin. Then let it cool down in your fridge. Now for the bonbons. First melt a little bit of cocoa butter on a low heat. Then use the melted cocoa butter to clean the bonbon mold. Now heat the mold slightly with a hairdryer and remove the cocoa butter with a clean kitchen paper. Pour 4/5 of the remaining cocoa butter in a bowl and color it with a red fat soluble coloring powder. After that, pour 4/5 on your worktop and while moving, cool it down till it's 26 degrees Celsius. This is called tempering. Now pour it back in the bowl and mix it till the cocoa butter is 31 degrees Celsius. I also did the same with a bronze colored cocoa butter. Then use a small brush to make a little drawing in the bonbon mold and let it set for 1 minute. After that, cover it with a couple of layers of the red cocoa butter and let it set for 30 seconds in between each layer. Obviously you can also do this with an airbrush, but I wanted to show that using a little piece of sponge also works. Then remove the top layer of cocoa butter with a big palette knife. After that, take some chocolate and melt it till it's 45 degrees Celsius. Now pour 4/5 on your worktop and while moving, cool it down till it's 26 degrees Celsius. Pour it back into the bowl and mix it till it's 31 degrees Celsius. You can also melt 2/3 of the chocolate and then while mixing, add the remaining chocolate to cool it down till it's 31 degrees Celsius. Now fill your bonbon mold with the tempered chocolate. Tap the mold to remove any air bubbles. Then turn the mold around and tap the side with the back of your palette knife to remove the chocolate. Now scrape off any excess chocolate and let the mold sit for 10 minutes upside down. Then we can start to fill it. First pipe a little bit of the jasmine syrup on the bottom. Now cover this with the hazelnut praline. Then take the cookie crisp and cut it with a small round cutter. Use it to cover the hazelnut praline. Now temper some more chocolate and use it to cover the mold. Then put a plastic sheet on top and remove the excess chocolate with a palette knife. Let it set for 2 hours. After that, remove the plastic. Then turn the mold around and tap the bonbons out of the mold. If you have trouble unmolding the bonbons, let them sit for a couple of more hours and then you can gently twist the sides of the mold. If this still doesn't work, pop them in the freezer for a couple of minutes and then let the mold sit for 1 hour out of the fridge before removing the bonbons from the mold. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm really happy with the result. It looks spectacular and let's just dig in. Like you already saw, you see all the layers in the middle and yeah, it looks very neat. You don't need to do the plastic on the bottom, but if you do it like this, it will have a beautiful shine on the bottom as well and it will be nice and flat. And otherwise you will get a little bit of a dimple if you do it without the plastic, but that's it. You can hear the crunch, right? That's amazing. You have the syrup, it's just delicious. The praline ganache with the vanilla, that's a beautiful flavor. And the crispiness of the crumble, white chocolate layer, it just brings everything together. So yeah, beautiful shine, delicious flavors. What more do you want? So that's it for today guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. So please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. I'll be uploading one YouTube video every day this week. So all of these Friandises I'm going to show in 1 week. For me that's a pretty big project, so I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments. And subscribe if you want to support my channel and see more amazing cooking videos. And as always, bon appetit!